Good morning, Super Bass Hole Fishing Tournament family, coming back to you again because it is time to do a giveaway. But before we get to the giveaway, let's take a look at what a third place prize box for the tournament looks like. Now, bear in mind that the prize boxes, there are 6 for each region, first through 6th place. And this is what the third place prize box for each region looks like. So without further ado, let's get into it. And let's start with the plastics first. What I have here is from Creme, and they are the 5-inch stick worm and watermelon green. And I've used these. They're a great bait, commercially produced, and I love using them. And I thought you guys might like them too. Also, from Creme, we have these shad, and let's take a look at that from the front view. I've used these also, and I've had great success with them and like them. So I get 2 packages of these going into the third place prize box. Now, let's take a look at Hebrew Texas Fishing Lures. What we have here is the 7-inch salamander, and I believe this is the sunburst color. Yes, it is. Southern Sunburst. From Yaakov Levi of Hebrew Texas Fishing Lures. Great product. I love dragging those across the spawning beds and just driving the bass absolutely nuts with it. Then we also have here, again from Yaakov Levi of Hebrew Texas Fishing Lures, we have the Minnesota crayfish, I believe it is. Yes, it is. And it's a quantity of 8 in the package. Yaakov is a great guy, does a lot of custom colors, a lot of custom baits that you may be interested in. And if you haven't used any of Yaakov's stuff, take a look at what he's doing and see if there's something that is just going to spice up what you're doing out there on the water and help you facilitate more hookups with bass. Also, for the jigs, we have the bait trailer. And I believe this one is the Chunky Choco Bass. Yeah. And it's got that fluorescent green fins on it. It's going to just add that extra element of movement to your jig. And once I got the jigs from Davey Starkweather, I said, oh, I've got to have some more stuff that's going to complement what Davey got to me. And here's one of the jigs from Davey Starkweather. Look at that beautiful piece of fishing artillery right there. And this will also be going into the first place prize box. All right, let's continue on with the plastics. And this is the bronze hill hitter from Two Fresh Fishing from my good friend Terrence Downing down in Port St. Lucie, Florida, who, by the way, I will be flying down on the 18th of March to spend a week down there with Terrence and Chris Sullivan and Craig Jackson, Chris DeMaio, Richard Alston, and a few others. And we're going to link up and we're going to kick off the tournament together down in Florida. So beware, Super Bass Hole Fishing Tournament family. I am coming to win it this year. And so I'm fishing in two regions this year, region number 1 and region number 6. What was that? What was that? Anyway, pay no attention to the fingers. Okay, what we have here, also from Two Fresh Fishing, is a nugget of fishing joy from Terrence Downing of Two Fresh Fishing. And he designed this, and it's called the Rump Shaker. Creates a lot of action and excitement in the water. It's got that paddle tail on the back that just gets going back and forth. And I've seen bass just wake coming in, you know, chasing this thing. And you can tell that they're completely focused on that tail. It's like, oh my God, I got to eat that. And they're just out to destroy it. All right, and the final bait that will be going into the third place prize box, also from Two Fresh Fishing, is this. And this is the Grim Leaper. And it's a beautiful, beautiful bait done up by Terrence. And it's done in the watermelon green with some red flake in it, some black pepper flake. Look at that. And then it's got that pearl laminate bottom. Just mimics a frog very, very well. Really excited about these. All right, let's move on to some of the actual baits that will be going into the prize box. Now here we have from Jennifer Lambright of Little Creek Flies. We have the dragonfly fly. And I had her do this for me, custom order, and she did fantastic work. And then she's got this fly right here. It's a big, big mosquito. And it's really going to generate some excitement in the water. And then up here, we have the wake bait. And let me get this thing out. You know, that little tiny frog wake bait from Jeff Meeks of Drunken Lures. You know, just two outstanding proprietors that have contributed some really significant stuff to the prize boxes. Now take a look at that fly. Big hook. It's just beautiful. Excellent work, Jennifer. Really pleased to have it. And then here we have the dragonfly. Of course, it looks like it just woke up, but you get this thing moving across the water and everything's going to come back together again. But just look at that. And it floats. So you can drag it in behind a fly bobber and get them to come up and hit it. Not a problem there when you're trying to hook up bass. I've seen the bass, and I'm sure you guys have too, that, you know, once the dragonfly hatch is going on, they'll be tracking them through the water and they'll be jumping trying to catch them. Just a lot of fun. And I know that those are going to work. Okay, we also have, going into the prize box, a package of Vector hooks. We also have, from Lifted Jigs, we have the Ned Rig. We have Eagle Claw hooks and Trapper Tackle hooks. Plus, we've got some barrel weights that will be going into the third place prize box. All right, what we have here is a glide bait, and I think you've all seen this particular one before. And this comes to us from Jeff Meeks of Drunken Lures. And just a beautiful piece of work, and I thought you all might like it. And Jeff just kind of custom them up a little bit for me and put a craw pattern on a glide bait, and with just, you know, a light smattering of heavier black in various places, and it just sets the whole thing off. Beautiful work, Jeff. I absolutely love that bait. I'm going to have to come back to you and get some more for myself. All right, what we have here is the Molly Ringwald Pretty in Pink Dirty Tequila Sunrise. And this one comes to us from David Wyatt of Wyatt's Gunslinging Lures. Just a beautiful piece of work. And this is one of the very first compilations that David and I sat down and did together. And this will be going into the prize box also. What we have here is another glide bait, and it comes to us from Samsung's Lures from Bo Merkel. Look at that. I can't imagine a single bass out there wanting to say no to this. And also, from Samsung's Lures, we have the second generation Ugly Bug. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that these are in the wood. The newer versions are going to be in resin because Bo has switched over to that. But this thing mimics a dragonfly, a large dragonfly, just splayed out across the top of the water. And I have hooked up a myriad of times with this thing. And I know you will be able to do the same thing too. Love it. Also, from Samsung's Lures, we have the Spooky Craw. And this particular bait was done up in October. And it just kind of looks like a murdered bait fish, you know, with that smattering of red all over it. Wow, I wish I had one for myself, but I like you guys enough that I got just enough for, I think, out to 4th or 5th place prize box. I can't remember exactly what the count was, but just an outstanding bait. Now, what we have here is a topwater popper from Ms. Jen Cravasi of Jekyll Baits. A beautiful piece of work, and I'm sure all of you out there are well aware of the kind of artistic work that Jen puts into her lures. It's just a Beautiful, beautiful piece of work. And I don't even have one of these for myself. Ah, oh well. Another day, another $1.50. I'm going to have to give Jen a call. All right, moving on. Let's go to Lou Roberto of Lou's Lures and get hooked. Look at this, lipless crankbait. Absolutely gorgeous. Look what Lou has done with this. Just outstanding colors, brilliant, and I can't imagine a single place where this thing isn't going to hook up. Also, from Lou's Lures, we have this Whopper Plopper. Look at that, people. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love fishing with Whopper Ploppers. Generates quite a bit of excitement on the top of the water. Who doesn't like a big top water blow up? I mean, nothing like that gets the blood pumping. I mean, it's just like, oh yeah. All right. From Davey Starkweather, we have this 4-inch jerk bait done up in a bass type pattern. Beautiful piece of work, and I've got a lot of representations of Davey's work going into the prize boxes. So if you're interested in anything that Davey does, check him out on Facebook at Davey's Custom Lures. Fantastic guy, great customer service, as is with all the proprietors that are represented here. I highly recommend them all. They just do great, great work. Now, what we have here is a spinnerbait from Yogi's Custom Lures. I had the opportunity, and it was last summer, fishing with Travis out at one of the local ponds. He came out to visit a friend of mine, and Yogi's a veteran, and this is a veteran-made product, and it's an American-made product, and I'm proud to be putting this into the prize boxes so that you all can try this. But last year, he was out on the ponds just slaying with this thing, and I had to have some. Great guy, great product. Check him out. Okay, from Nicholas Chen of CCL Lures, we have this vinyl wrap lure right here. Beautiful. And these things work. You get this thing moving through the water through a school of bass that are, you know, what I call patrolling, looking for an easy meal. They're going to pounce on that thing and just tear it up. Love it. Now, coming from Angling Addicts of the Pacific Northwest, my good friend Nicholas Roberts, tough man to get a hold of because right now he's over on the Oregon coast and he's in pursuit of, I believe, salmon right now. Got some run that's coming in, and they haven't moved across the bar up the Columbia, but he's out there targeting salmon. And then on top of that, I just saw a video the other day where he actually went out and caught some black rock bass and did some clam digging and whatnot, and then he did a catch and cook video, and it was really nice. So if you have an opportunity, check out what Nick is doing on his YouTube channel. Just a fantastic guy. I served with him in the Army, and just, you know, one of the salt of the earth individuals that is a real pleasure to know. And coming from him, we have these spinner baits that he has done up, and this is what he uses to hook up on his salmon and steelhead, and they have just been absolutely slaying out there. Beautiful piece of work, and this will also be going into the prize boxes. Then, excuse me. Then on top of that, commercially produced bait, and I like using this, and it is the Crawling Grub by Arky. And you get this thing moving across the bottom, and bass will pick it up and run with it. Love using this thing, and I just wanted to get that out to you also, in case, you know, in your area you don't have these, try them. All right. Now, people, let's get down to the giveaway. All right. First off, we have the Jacob Dunkers shad in the Creek Chub. Beautiful piece of work. And this is all done up by Yaakov Levi of Hebrew Texas Fishing Lures. And we have the Jacob Dunkers shad in Southern Sunburst. And I think some of the salamanders that we showed earlier were also done up in this color. Very effective color. Love this one. And who doesn't love throwing the snack that attacks back and it is the goldfish. These little nuggets are just going to drive bass nuts. That color is going to attract attention no matter where you throw it. All right, and we have another Jacob's Dunker shad, and it's in Chocolate Delight. Sorry, I'm having a tough time reading it because I can't find my glasses this morning, but I will muddle through it, so bear with me. And we have here the Fork Grub, and it is the Seeded Nation. Now, I've used something very similar to this, and I've hooked up on big bass with it. Absolutely love it. And we have here the Melanation, and it's just lovely, lovely piece of fishing bait right here. All right, people, let's get down to it. We've got the bowl with all the names and numbers in it. Let's see who our lucky winner is today. All right, mix it up one more time and get it up here. And we're going to pull a name and a number. All right, we have Dustin Parker, number 1707. Dustin Parker, you are our winner today. Congratulations to you. Super Bass Hole Fishing Tournament family, you have a fantastic day. I will be coming back to you again here in the very near future with a 4th place prize box update. There are still a few items that are going to be coming in. I have been tracking the packages. I've got 2 that are arriving today. So they will be spread out through the prize boxes. So everything out there is still growing. It is still growing. And by the time the tournament kicks off, the prize boxes are going to be plussed up even further than where they are now. So look forward to it, people. So until then, until we speak again, you all have a fantastic day. I will talk to you later. And remember, it doesn't matter wherever you are at. We're all northwest of somewhere. 25 days left until this tournament kicks off. I will see you then. Bye-bye for now.